In a dramatic escalation of tensions between media and politics, a group of U.S. senators, led by Vermont's independent firebrand Bernie Sanders, has issued a fiery call to Paramount Global, urging the media titan to stand firm against a controversial lawsuit filed by President Donald Trump. The legal battle, centered on a 60 Minutes interview with then Vice President Kamala Harris, has sparked a firestorm with accusations of censorship, corporate capitulation, and threats to the First Amendment flying fast and furious. As Paramount navigates a high-stakes merger with Skydance Media, the pressure is mounting, and the stakes couldn't be higher for the future of press freedom in America. The saga began when Trump, never one to shy away from a fight, filed a $20 billion lawsuit against Paramount Global, the parent company of CBS News, in October 2024. The suit alleges that 60 Minutes deceptively edited an interview with Harris during the 2024 presidential campaign to bolster her image and sway the election in favor of the Democratic Party. Trump's legal team, sidestepping traditional defamation claims, invoked the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act, arguing that the edits constituted false advertising harmful to viewers. The lawsuit, initially seeking $10 billion, was amended in February 2025 to double the damages, a figure that dwarfs the $8 billion valuation of Paramount's pending merger with Skydance. CBS News has vehemently denied the allegations, calling the lawsuit an affront to the First Amendment, and insisting that the edits were standard practice to fit the interview within broadcast time constraints. The network released pre- and post-interview footage to demonstrate that Harris's answers were not manipulated, asserting that the broadcast was not doctored or deceitful. Legal experts have largely dismissed the suit as baseless, predicting an easy win for CBS in court. Yet, despite this confidence, Paramount's board has entered settlement talks with Trump's attorneys, a move that has sent shockwaves through the industry and beyond. The senator's letter, co-signed by heavyweights like Chris Murphy, Richard Durbin, Elizabeth Warren, and Sheldon Whitehouse, pulls no punches. They argue that settling the lawsuit would be a grave mistake, accusing Trump of waging a blatant attempt to intimidate the media and those who speak out against him. The lawmakers warn that paying out tens of millions of dollars would only embolden Trump to escalate his war against the media and a free press, potentially silencing outlets that dare to challenge him. It will only embolden him to shake down, extort, and silence CBS and other media outlets that have the courage to report about issues that Trump may not like, they wrote, framing the fight as a defense of democracy itself. The timing of the lawsuit couldn't be more precarious for Paramount. The company is in the final stages of a blockbuster merger with Skydance Media, a deal that hinges on approval from the Federal Communications Commission (FCC), now led by Trump appointee Brendan Carr. The FCC's review of the merger, which involves transferring CBS's broadcast licenses to Skydance, has raised eyebrows, with some speculating that Paramount's willingness to negotiate with Trump is a strategic play to avoid regulatory roadblocks. Carr has publicly insisted that the lawsuit and the merger review are unrelated, stating, "The settlement and any discussions around that have nothing to do with the work that we're doing at the FCC." However, skepticism persists, with critics pointing to Carr's refusal to dismiss a separate news distortion complaint against 60 Minutes as evidence of potential political pressure. The controversy has already claimed casualties. Last week, Bill Owens, the longtime executive producer of 60 Minutes, abruptly resigned, citing corporate editorial pressure from Paramount that he said compromised his ability to make independent decisions. On air, veteran correspondent Scott Pelley didn't mince words, revealing that Paramount had begun supervising our content in new ways, as it sought Trump administration approval for the merger. The revelation stunned viewers and fueled accusations that Paramount was sacrificing journalistic integrity to secure its financial future. 60 Minutes, long a bastion of investigative journalism, now finds itself caught in a tug-of-war between corporate interests and its storied legacy. The senator's plea comes amid broader concerns about Trump's rhetoric toward the media. In recent months, the president has intensified his attacks, calling for CBS to lose their license over segments on Ukraine and Greenland, and even hinting at action against the New York Times. His lawsuit against Paramount is seen by many as part of a broader strategy to intimidate and control media narratives, a tactic critics compare to authoritarian playbook moves. The senator's letter underscores this fear, urging Paramount's board and controlling shareholder Sherry Redstone to make it clear to President Trump today that Paramount will not surrender to his attack on the First Amendment. Redstone, who stands to gain significantly from the Skydance merger, faces an impossible choice. Settling the lawsuit risks tarnishing the reputation of CBS News and alienating its audience, while fighting the lawsuit risks derailing the merger and inviting further scrutiny from Trump's FCC. Reports suggest Redstone has recused herself from settlement deliberations, but her influence looms large. Some have gone so far as to call the settlement talks a bribe, arguing that any payout could be seen as a payoff to secure FCC approval, a charge Paramount has not directly addressed. As mediation between Trump's and Paramount's legal teams continues, with a court-ordered deadline of December 20, 2025, the outcome remains uncertain. Will Paramount stand its ground as the senators demand, or will it opt for a settlement to clear the path for its merger? The answer could reshape the media landscape and set a precedent for how far political pressure can bend journalistic principles. For now, the battle rages on with 60 Minutes and the First Amendment hanging in the balance.